adopt the agenda?
So move.
Moved by Ms. Roberson, is the
Second.
second by Mr. Calhoun. Any discussion? Please vote.
Ms. McKinney, I'm not in board docs yet, so I'll say aye.
I think Ms. Bowles said those online may have to voice vote. You got her? Okay. And the motion passes. Second item, is there a motion to approve the projects on the attached list?
I'll move.
Mr. Grabowski moves. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Calhoun. We will open the floor for discussion. Are there any questions or comments you want to make, Mr. Grabowski?
No, this is just so that the public understands that Audit and Finance had a meeting this afternoon. And this is one of the action items that we've asked to come forward for board consideration so that we can get these contracts in place so that they can start as soon as the students are out of the building.
Right. I have two simple questions. On line item 6, unlike the other items on there, it does not give a number of days the bidding was open or how many proposals were received, that it was negotiated with a pre-qualified contractor. Could you address that for us?
Mr. Hamer, I see you on the line. You have a response to that one for us? Are you on mute?
Yes, I'm sorry. Our Omnia contract is really a statewide group of contractors that we are allowed to do business with for some of our projects. There are some times where we can have a situation where we can go directly and negotiate directly with a contractor. Many times we do bid these out, and so that there's some opportunities to get the best price for this. So again, this is a little bit different because it's a group of pre-approved contractors that we can have a little bit different approach to the procurement, still get the best price and still get the best opportunity to get a good contractor for our job.
And we're allowed to do that without accepting other bids, opening it for bids?
That's correct, because these are pre-approved. As I've said, there are some situations where we do bid them because, again, even though there's a group of pre-approved contractors, you could still have an opportunity for a lower price when you do open it up for bids. In this particular case, it was a direct negotiation with a pre-qualified contractor, and it's within the procurement rules that we're allowed to do that.
My other question is on item 14. It says that that one has a change order. I was wondering what the change order involved.
Did you get that, Mr. Hamer?
Yes, ma'am. You're looking at the CTFCO funds for Military Magnet Academy.
Correct. Item 14.
Yes, ma'am. So that was a change order. There was an upgrade, or not an upgrade, but an adjustment to the project that included an electrical panel and some other designs that were associated with the utility support to that project. It was just something that wasn't foreseen in the original design. It didn't really change the footprint or the scope of the project, but it did require additional funding to accommodate a little bit of a different on-site requirement that we needed.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Not yet.
Okay. I have 2 or 3 questions. And I guess my first question will start with the special call meeting. I'm looking at the date entered, and it looks like these were entered into, I'm going to assume, Munis or your accounting system. And so items 1 through 8 were entered March 1st through March 2nd. And then items 9 through 9, 10, 12, 14, 15, they were entered March 8th. I'm just concerned why this didn't come on our March agenda. They were entered before the March 7th Audit and Finance Committee meeting. So why weren't they on the March agenda? And then the other question is, it just seems like items 9 through 15, you could have done an amendment to add it. I'm not sure that I'm going to be interested in having special call meetings for things that could have been added on the March agenda.
Sure. So we have due dates for all of this stuff to enter on this particular spreadsheet. The dates that you're calling out, that's the date that it was entered on this spreadsheet. None of this has been entered into Munis as requisitions because we're waiting on your approval to be able to do that. And so one of the things that we like to do is, one, have time to go through it and make sure that it's accurate. We had some problems this month, and I apologize for that. But for the most part, we have due dates to get all this information on these spreadsheets. We've relaxed those due dates a little bit this time to try to get these summer projects on here as quickly as possible. And we can certainly look at those dates again to try to avoid. I don't know if we'll be able to avoid any other special called meetings because we have so many projects that are in the works for this summer coming up. But I mean, we will certainly take a closer look at that and try to tighten up these deadlines.
And if I can add on to that, it's a great example. The March Audit and Finance meeting was on the 7th of March. We had to have those documents turned into Audit and Finance at least a week in advance, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So that takes you back to February 28th. So both of those dates, March 1st and March 8th, were after the date we were trying to prepare the documents for Audit and Finance for the previous month.
Yeah, but I'm just, this is not new. I'm sure every year you have summer projects. And so what kind of, solutions will you look at so that you would not get caught like this, trying to get your summer projects done? That's all I'm trying to figure out, what can be done so that summer projects can be done. I understand that. But it just seems like there was something missing in getting these where they needed to be.
There are a number of things that result in the situation where we bring projects forward now. So there isn't any one single solution that I can give you. As an example, fixed cost of ownership projects, the board approves the 24 budget in February. So we only got approval of the budget 2 months ago. Now we can back that up to January or December, and now we're pushing the timeline for everything else back. That's just one example. But one of the things I know Mr. Hamer in particular is working very hard on is getting designs complete farther in advance,
Okay.
so that we can then impact get those projects in here quicker. So there are examples where we're trying to do that. I suspect that you'll see less of it next year
Okay.
as we continue to improve it. So your point is very valid. We need to improve that as best we can. Unfortunately, we're still going to have situations where we'll bring stuff forward here at the last minute.
Okay, thank you. My last question is with item number 1. The fleet vehicle purchase of 21 cars for $882,000. Is this, do you have like a 3 to 5 year rotation? And do we necessarily need 21 new cars?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, Steve.
Well, first of all, we were not able to purchase the vehicles for our normal upgrade last year. This is one of our FCO budgeted items, and this money that we would typically have bought additional vehicles had to be realigned last year for some other priorities. And so This is getting us caught up. A couple of the things that are also applying here is we were able to increase or to hire in some of our vacancies in facilities management. We also had a couple of more leadership positions that were vacant positions that we brought on that required some new vehicles. You're absolutely right. There's a plan that we try to change out our vehicles after some amount of periodicity, but this is a requirement for having some more vehicles for some more staff. And also some of these vehicles will be supporting some more requirements that are needed from our security department. So maybe 2 or 3 things there. First of all, we were not able to do our vehicle buys last year. We had to realign that money somewhere else. And secondly, we have some more personnel on board that we need to have assignments for vehicles for.
Thank you.
Dr. Temple, any questions? Mr. Calhoun?
I'm all set. Ms. Waters.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Oh,
work my
okay,
way
I'm
down.
sorry.
Sorry. Ms. Waters, any questions? Can we confirm that we have contact with Ms. Waters, or that maybe she had to step away?
Mhm.
Ms. Bailey, any questions?
The only questions I had was that the 2 items that were taken off with Northwoods and RB Stall, those were already approved in March. So
Yes,
that's why they were taken off.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, thank you.
That was our error.
Anything else, Ms. Bailey? Mr. Grabowski?
Just going back to item number 6, and going back to the audit that had recently come out on the procurement, isn't this one of those type of situations in which the audit was saying that we had problems with the direct negotiations? I thought we had stopped doing that.
No, sir, those were contracts. The contracts we received the audit out was utilizing 5230 procurement code. This is not utilizing 5230.
So this is outside the
Yes, sir.
5230, right? And you just said, what is the OMNIA? I should know this. Mr. Bowery,
Yeah. You stumped me with that one, sir.
I stumped you too.
Yeah, I just looked.
I was going to say Operation and Maintenance Navy, but that's not it.
I will
It's a-
find out and answer that in a board
Yeah,
update this
if you
week.
could, it just
Yes.
seems,
Yeah, it's a cooperative
It is a
purchasing
cooperative.
contract. So it's a contract that looked like it's been worked out with the state that has the pre-approved vendors on there. So they usually work with different school agencies. So like I know one of the ones that we have for the College of Charleston would be like FSI for our office supplies and things like that. So that's what it looked like this would be up under as well. The purchasing contract that's already pre-set in there to give us the best rates for different programs.
Mr. Calhoun is correct with that. I just can't think of what Omnia stands for.
Yeah, I have no idea what the.
Can't.
no further questions.
Any other questions? Ms. Waters, have you been able to rejoin us?
I don't have any questions.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Are we ready for the question? So the motion is to approve the projects on this attached list. Cast your vote and please confirm it.
I vote yes.
Thank you. And the motion passes. Is there a motion to convene an executive session to consider items covered by the attorney-client privilege?
So move.
So moved by Mr. Calhoun. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Roberson. Any discussion? Please vote.
I vote yes.
Thank you. And the motion passes. Is there a motion to reconvene the open session to conduct the regular business of this meeting?
So move.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Roberson, seconded by Mr. Calhoun. Any discussion? Please vote.
I vote yes.
Thank you. And the motion passes. Is there a motion as a result of the executive session?
Yes.
Dr. Temple?
I move to remove trustee Ed Kelly from his leadership positions of policy liaison and audit and finance committee.
Motion made by Dr. Temple
Second.
and, excuse me, and second by Mr. Calhoun. If you would repeat it slowly for our scribe.
I move to remove trustee Edward Kelly from his leadership positions of policy liaison and audit and finance committee.
And Mr. Calhoun seconded. Ms. Paler, I assume there's no discussion since this came from executive session. We just vote. Correct. Okay. Do you want us to voice vote or you'll have it?
I vote yes.
Thank you.
It won't pull up, but the motion passes 6 yay, 0 nay, 1 abstain.
Would
Only
you
6 of
repeat the
us.
summary, please?
6 yay, 0 nay, 1 abstain.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, so that passes.
Courtney's on the Zoom.
It passes.
Oh, I thought she said I voted yay.
Yeah, that's 7.
Yeah, but there's 7 of us.
Mhm.
Right, right. Is there another motion from executive session items?
Yes, I move to censor member trustee Kelly.
I second.
Motion made by Mr. Calhoun, seconded by Ms. Roberson. And would you please repeat it for our scribe?
I move to censor trustee Kelly as according to BCC.
He says whole name.
What did I say?
Just-
I move to censor trustee Ed Kelly as according to BCC.
The policy BCC.
Yes, ma'am.
Second.
Was Ms. Roberson?
I vote yes.
Thank you. If you'll vote and confirm your vote.
the motion carries 6 yay, 0 nay, 1 abstain.
Thank you. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I so move.
Dr. Temple moves. Second.
Second.
Ms. Roberson seconds. All in favor, stand.